Good morning. This is Employment Opportunities. I'm your host, Randy Clark. And just a little reminder, if you don't catch the show this morning and you like to watch it later, you could go to the WIL Facebook page or go to YouTube, WIL TV 47 Employment Opportunities. Now today, we got a special guest with me, Chief Kelley Johnson of the Sylacauga Police Department. Good morning.
Good morning, Randy.
How are you?
I'm good. How have you been?
Lord, what a challenge you've had.
Yeah.
The recent floods, and it just flooded the whole police department. How are y'all doing now? Is the things getting kind of back to normal?
Well, we're working on it, but you say it flooded the police department. It flooded our whole town.
The whole city.
I mean, we had businesses that had flooding and had damage, and City Hall was not exempt from that. The police department completely flooded out. I don't know how many people have been trying to get in touch with us. We've had some phone problems because of it. We've had some electrical issues because of it. And most of all, it's displaced us. You know, we're no longer in the basement of City Hall right now. There's a lot of damage there, and we're trying to work through it.
I've seen the ServPro trucks down there.
We've had ServPro in since the day it happened. They came in, they started assessing and started bringing in equipment once the water started to come out. We've had our sheetrock cut out. We've had our desk and all of our, the one good thing about this is we were able to save our computer equipment. When we saw the waters coming up, we moved everything that was on the floor, moved it up to try to keep it from getting wet. But because we could tell that as much rain as we were getting and as much as our pumps were pumping out,
y'all had to work quick.
We had to work very quickly.
Yes. And
we wound up with about 4 inches of water inside of every square inch of the police department. On the outside, I don't know if you've seen pictures going around, but in our Sally Port where we bring our inmates in, we had about 3 feet of water. And then under what we call the breezeway, where the mayor parks and where some of our admin park, we had about 2.5 feet of water.
Right. A lot of water.
A lot of water came in that day. Really don't know that it was anything that anybody could do about it.
And Chief, it wasn't because the pumps wasn't working. They were just overflooded. We just had so much rain. I know my next door neighbor, he's got a 7-inch rain gauge, and it overflowed. Now, so that tells me 7+ inches.
Yeah, we had a lot of rain in a really short period of time. I don't care how well the pumps are working. I know that this brought attention to the council and the mayor. They're doing some stuff now to where they're running some cameras into the drainage systems to see where we can fix what was messed up or what might have messed up then. And hopefully, if this hits again, it won't be near as bad.
Right. You know, I don't mean to get off the subject, but I want to talk litter a little bit. That's one reason why we're so persistent about keeping this litter picked up in our town, because it does stop these drains up. So we want to keep it picked up, and just for reasons like this. A normal rain with a gutter stopped up will still flood.
Yeah, and not just the litter, but people putting their leaves out of the yard into the
blowing
drains.
Grass in the road. It does not help.
Right.
It goes in our gutters, stops it up. I know this was I call it a natural disaster, which I think it was.
Yeah.
But it didn't stop the Sylacauga Police Department, did it?
No. We caught calls for people being broke down in the rapid waters, and people being stuck in their homes trying to get out. We helped fire department. We went out on some calls with them. So we stayed busy, tried to do as much as we could for ourselves, but also to keep the city going and help the people out there.
Serve.
That's right.
Thank y'all for doing what you do.
Yes, sir.
I know it's been challenging. Y'all just scattered out everywhere now.
Well, challenging is an understatement.
Yeah.
We went from the entire basement of City Hall into 2 small rooms for our patrol division, and then myself and 5 other administrative employees are in the city council member's office upstairs. We got 5 or 6 of us up there in one office. So, but we're making it. We won't be there hopefully long. ServPro is finishing up their part. Then we'll start getting some bids out to replace what we had to cut out, and hopefully get back down to business in our building.
You know, through everything that happened, the local businesses, police department, city hall, the best thing I can say is Sylacauga strong, because we did survive this. And, you know, other communities that's near us, they didn't get but a couple inches of rain. For some reason or another, that front stalled over our town and flooded us.
It did.
But there's nothing you can do about that.
And we had Sylacauga neighbors helping neighbors, which is wonderful. We appreciate it, and I know the neighbors do too. So Sylacauga's a great place to be.
It is. I love Sylacauga. Now let's talk about something. You need some police officers.
Yes, sir. We're hurting just like the rest of I'd say the nation.
Right.
When it comes to police officers, not many people want to do it anymore. A lot of those that do want to do it are not able to pass our background and our physical fitness stuff. So we're down 8 officers, which is about a little over 20% of my department.
Right.
And
that's a lot, Chief.
It is a lot. It is a lot. You know, if we lose any more before we get some hires, you know, we'll have to pull some of the stuff that we do when it comes to school resource officers, when it comes to investigators that are investigating the major felonies and stuff that we have come in. You know, we'll have to do less with those just so that we can have our patrol positions filled.
Right.
Patrols is an integral part of law enforcement. You know, they're the ones that's going to be responding to the calls for services. They're the ones that's actually hands-on at the time when it's the hottest, when the calls are the hottest, and also trying to proactively patrol to keep things from happening.
Right.
So we need officers. We need them badly, and you know, anybody that wants to become a police officer, come down and talk to us.
Right. They just come talk to you before they apply, right?
That's right.
Come talk to you.
Come down and talk to me or my training sergeant, Sergeant Ryan Gaither. He's the one that does the background checks, and he handles the application process, and he handles the PT test, the physical parts of it. So I just ask that you give us a chance. You come down and see. Being a police officer is not just a job, it's a career.
It's a career, isn't it?
And it takes a special person to do it.
It
Not
does.
everybody's made for policing.
Right. What do you have to say to some of these guys and girls that just graduated high school and they're considering law enforcement as a career? Speak to them right now.
The greatest thing that you can do, and it's not hard, is to just do the right thing. Okay, when I say that, I mean background. With some jobs, it doesn't matter to some people. There are some departments that'll hire people with a kind of a sour background, I'd say. Sylacauga Police Department wants the best of the best. We want our people. We want people that live here is what we would prefer, but we just want somebody that's going to be fair, somebody that's going to be honest, and somebody that wants to come to work and work for the city, work for the people of our city.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Sylacauga Police Department, Chief Kelley Johnson. If you want a career in law enforcement, come on down and talk to the chief and be a Sylacauga policeman. Thank you, Sylacauga. See you next. Oh,
Can I give one more thing?
yes, sir.
I want to give a phone number. I told you guys that we were displaced. We're still answering calls. We're still located in City Hall and just in different places. Our phones are down in the police department. And the number to reach for anybody that you need down there is 256-267-0090. for admin and investigations, and that'll go to our records clerk. She'll get the messages out to who they need to go to, but you can always use the 911, of course, if it's an emergency, and then the regular 256-245-4334 to report a crime or to get an officer to come to your home to respond to a call.
Okay. Chief, could you give those phone numbers one more time?
I can. 256-267-0090.
Okay.
Gets you to our admin office. And then 256-245-4334 gets you to Central Dispatch, who will send the officers out on the calls for service.
Okay. Sylacauga Police Department, Chief Kelley Johnson. If you're looking for a career in law enforcement, this is the man to see. All right. Is that all, Chief?
That's it, Randy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all y'all do. See you next week.